Happy Valentine's Day, people. I thought we could have a little housing chat while I get my makeup done. Not that I actually have any reason to do my makeup today, because I've got like 4 kids here today. So I think we're just having like a nice chilled day in. But I thought, you know what, because it's Valentine's Day, I'm going to do my makeup. And because I've got some new makeup I really want to try out. And if anyone's wondering where my nails went that I'd done 2 days ago, they all fucking fell off. Honestly, they just would not stay on, which is really annoying because the last nails that I got from the same company were amazing. They lasted weeks and they were so strong. They're really hard to get off as well. So yeah, maybe it was just bad luck. But Ruby's got some little nail varnishes and she wants to paint her nails for the first time ever. So I think we're all going to do that in a little bit. So they'll look pretty later. So my face is so dry just because my psoriasis is really playing up at the moment. I don't know if you can see it. Yes, you can. Can you see how fucking bad that is? It's just because of all the stress I'm under. It breaks out so bad. And the worst thing is I am doing treatment at the hospital twice a week at the moment, like UV light treatment. I've been doing that for the past like 2 or 3 months. And it was really helping. But at the moment, it's all just flaring up again because of the fact I'm just so down recently. So I'm trying everything I can to stay positive every day. But of course, that is just easier said than done. But honestly, like, look at my fucking hairline. Can you see my psoriasis? And it's all in my scalp at the moment. Just look how red that's gone, just from my moisturiser. Like, every time my skin is doing well, something happens and it just makes me get really down again. And then my skin goes bad again. So it's just like a vicious cycle, really. So I thought I'm going to try and do a little makeup look today, just to make myself feel a little bit better. So I'm using this SPF tinted moisturiser. As you can see, it looks fucking gross where it's just been in my makeup bag. And it's almost empty. But I haven't actually got any other liquid foundations. So I do also mix it with a little bit of my moisturiser as well, just to... Oh, fuck you now. Look at that. So yeah, obviously I started sharing my whole housing situation on my Facebook. Sorry if you can hear the kids, they are being very loud. But yeah, I started sharing all my housing situation and about how I'm about to be homeless. And to be honest, the past couple of months, I've just kind of kept this to myself because I guess I was kind of embarrassed about the situation. Even though it's completely out of my control and it's none of my fault at all, just the thought of becoming homeless and just struggling in that way, it's just something that I never really thought I would have to go through. So I guess I was just a little bit embarrassed, really. I'll be honest, since I've started actually sharing this journey, the amount of support and love that I have received is just absolutely crazy, and I am so grateful for all of you. Like, it has been really hard the last few months, and just bottling this up has probably just made it a lot worse for me. So I have been feeling a lot more positive in the past week, now that I've just been a lot more open about it. Yeah, I mean, just having that extra support really does help. So yeah, I am definitely feeling a lot more positive now and just a lot less depressed, to be honest. I know obviously every day is different and yeah, I could still have my down days again. But for now, I am just doing really well and yeah, I feel quite good at the moment. So thank you guys for all of your support. So there are a lot of people asking me why I was given the Section 21, if it was anything that I had done. And no, it was absolutely nothing that I had done. So my landlady has just decided she wants to sell the flat, which is absolutely fine. It is her property and she has every right to do that. The only thing I would say is obviously it is just hard. I have been a good tenant and I have taken so much love and pride into this property. And it is my home. Obviously, I've only ever lived at my parents' home and then straight to here. And I've been here for 6 years. Obviously, I've raised both my children in this house and it's just got so many memories. And yeah, the thought of having to leave is just quite upsetting. I do understand that this is just something that is out of my control and I've kind of just got to deal with it, to be honest. So there were a lot of people who were quite confused as to how the Section 21 works. And I thought I'd just quickly go over that. So normally when you're given a Section 21, you have 8 weeks to kind of vacate the property. Well, that is really fucking dark, but let's see how it goes. I'm going to do a bit of contour today. So yeah, basically, usually you get about 8 weeks to leave the property. And a lot of the time, people won't leave after that 8 weeks. People always say stay right up until the end, because then that's when the landlord will start like the court processes and stuff like that, which will usually take around another 6 months. So normally, yes, people do get an extra kind of like 6 months. I've done that way too dark on my nose. So yeah, normally people do get an extra kind of like 6 months after their Section 21 has ended. Unfortunately, that wasn't quite the case for me because of the fact my landlady has done like the sped up process. I can't remember the name of it now. She's done it so that there is no court hearing, and yeah, it basically just goes through. She's been to court, she paid the fees, and she's basically said, I want her out as soon as possible, and I want her to pay the costs. And the courts have agreed with her. Which is just really sad, really, because not only am I being made homeless just because my landlady wants to sell, but then I'm also having to pay the court fees, which, in my opinion, is completely unreasonable. Like I said, if I was a bad tenant and I missed rent payments or anything, I would understand. But I have been a very good tenant here. As you see from my videos, my home is always spotless. I've done all the maintenance work myself, like if you've seen my garden makeover videos I done last year. I have just taken so much love and pride into this property because it has been my home. So yeah, it is very sad. The thing is, if I could have found a property in the past couple of months, I would have done. So like I said, normally with a Section 21, you would get 8 weeks to leave. I was quite lucky in the fact she gave me 12 weeks, just because if she had given me the 8 weeks, it would have fallen right on Christmas. So, you know, that was very nice of her to give me those extra few weeks, so that way me and my children weren't homeless at Christmas time. But obviously it was all of that stress over Christmas still, so it has just been really, really horrible. I do apologise for all of the noise. The kids are going absolutely crazy. I don't even know what they're doing. Fucking hell, this looks really dark. Yeah, obviously it's all just been really stressful, really hard for the last few months. But I am just trying to stay as positive as I can. I did have a couple of people saying to me like, oh, well, you had 12 weeks. Why didn't you just leave in that time? This is fucking running out. And to be honest, it's just because it's not that easy. Like, I have been looking for private properties, and every single day for the past 3 months, I've just been getting turned down every single day. And it has just been really fucking hard. Like, I have been viewing properties, I'll fall in love with them, and then I'll get turned down because of the credit checks. Because I don't earn over 35k a year. The kids just interrupted me, and now I completely forgot what I was just saying. And honestly, I cannot even tell you how many times I've been turned down by different agencies and different landlords in the past few months. It is not a case of, oh, I just don't want to leave. Like, pretty much all of my belongings and all of my children's belongings are packed up. Like, we are ready to go. We just don't have anywhere to go. So this whole situation has just been like just super hard, and yeah, I've not enjoyed it at all. A lot of people telling me to go to the council and try and get help there. I am working with the council, but unfortunately it is just a really slow process. And the fact that we're going through a housing crisis in the UK at the moment just makes it even worse, because it's just so hard to find anywhere. Like, honestly, properties that cost £1,000 a month just a few years ago will now be £1,500 to £1,700 a month. Honestly, the amount that landlords have increased rent prices and that over the last couple of years is absolutely disgusting. I know that there will be some landlords that jump on here and be like, oh, well, we have to up the costs because, you know, our mortgages have gone up, stuff like that. I think we can agree in some cases, some landlords are just being super greedy with the whole rent situation. So yeah, I am working with the council at the moment, but unfortunately, they won't do anything until the day I'm actually kicked out. So I've got until the 24th of this month. Like I said, normally it would be a lot longer. Like, in most cases, people would usually have another 4 to 6 months at this point. But because my landlady has done like the sped up process, it's just made it all so much quicker. Basically, I've been told that I've got until the 24th of this month to vacate my property and also pay the court fees of over £400. Which that in itself is just so wrong. To make someone homeless through no fault of their own, and then to make them pay the costs as well. You know, I think it's just really fucking wrong. Actually, there's just not really anything I can do about it, so I've just got to kind of take it as it is. On the 24th of this month, I won't be evicted straight on that day, but that's the day that my landlady can then call the bailiffs, which can take another 2 weeks to come out. But it could also very well be like the very next day. So I could potentially have the bailiffs at my door within the next like 10 to 11 days. I'm aware I've done my eyebrows far too thick, but I'm not actually leaving the house today, so I don't care. So on the day that the bailiffs come, from what I've heard, I'll be given about an hour to just get my essential items and to get out, and then they'll change the locks and stuff like that. And on that day, I'll then need to go down the council and they will then be able to house me in some sort of B&B or temporary accommodation. How long I'll be in there completely depends. Like, I've spoken to some people that have been in temporary accommodations and B&Bs for 2 to 3 years before they've been housed in a council property, whereas I've spoken to other people who it's just been a couple of months. So I honestly have no idea how long the process is going to take. I'm just terrified for all of this to happen because I just really don't want my kids to have to experience that. Like, my kids have only ever known stability. They've only ever known this home. You know, they've never had to worry about any of this before, and I think that's what I'm mainly worried about, is the impact it's going to have on them. I don't want them to have to go through that, but I just don't have a choice. They've never really had to worry about anything, and I've always wanted to keep it that way. So the fact that I don't know where we're going to go, I don't know what's going to happen, it just terrifies me, because I'm like, my children should not have to go through that. And like I said, if I was a bad tenant and didn't pay my rent and stuff like that, then I would understand. But the fact that I have been a good tenant, it just makes it all sting a little bit more. And this isn't me saying anything bad about my landlady or anything, because she is well within her rights to be doing this. Obviously, I'm not the only one going through this. So many landlords are selling up at the moment because there are so many new laws coming into place that will help tenants in cases like this. So a lot of landlords are just selling up. This is the first time I've used liquid blush, and I think I've put way too much on. But let's just see what this looks like. Oh gosh, I put way too much on. Oh god, I'm going to look all pink. Oh god, I didn't realise how fucking pigmented that. I'm going to look like a clown. It was looking alright before that. Let's try and get some of this off. Well, I have just fucked up my face, not realising how fucking pink this was. Look at me, I look like a fucking clown now. I literally only used a little bit as well. If you're going to get one of these, use the tiniest little bit. How do I fix this when I've already done the rest of it? Alright, let's see if this will cover it. Oh, okay, that actually does a good job. This stuff is fucking amazing. See, the way this covers that pink, look at my nose. Like, the fuck? That was amazing. Right, well, that is a bit better, but now I have no blush again. So that was just a pointless step. Quite a few people saying that I should set up a GoFundMe to help me with the court costs and stuff like that. As much as I appreciate that, I just personally am not the kind of person to take money from my followers. It's just not for me. I don't like borrowing money off anybody, to be completely honest, even if it's like just my parents. Like, I hate taking money from people. I wouldn't want to do a GoFundMe for this because there are so many other people going through this right now. And I just don't really feel like it would be fair of me to take money off my followers when there are so many people going through this right now and they don't have that opportunity. Yeah, I just don't think it'd be very fair if, you know, I was getting my followers to pay for my issues when so many other people are going through this. And don't have that extra helping hand. So, to be honest, I'm just kind of taking it as it comes. I don't want anybody's money. I feel like just the support enough is really helping me. Like, honestly, I cannot explain how much this has helped me just in the last few days. And obviously, I know it's going to be like quite a hard few months. And I'm really not looking forward to that. But I know that things will get better. And eventually, I will end up being put into my forever home. And yeah, I won't ever have to deal with this again. So yeah, I am just looking at the bigger picture at the moment. I just feel like, as rubbish as it is at the moment, things are going to work out in the end. Like, it's going to take a bit of time, and that's okay. And you know what? Over the last few months, I have cried so much because of this, that I just feel like I'm done with that now. Like, it's time to stop moping about it and just to start being positive. Everything happens for a reason, and you know what? It is all just going to work out in the end. Yeah, as stressful as it is at the moment, there's clearly a reason why this is happening, and it's going to end up in a good way, I believe. I hope so, anyway. My fucking microphone died, didn't it? I don't even know how long ago it died. I might have been chatting for ages and didn't even catch any of it. I've kind of gone a little bit dark on my lips, but I'm actually kind of feeling it. So I think I have answered all the questions that I've been getting over the last few days. But if there is anything else that you want to know or any more advice that you want to give, please just let me know. But like I said, I am just trying to stay super positive now. I feel like this is happening for a reason, as shit as it is. But yeah, I'm just going to try and stay in a good mood, stay positive. Just a massive thank you to all of you for your support and comments and lovely messages over the last few days. Honestly, it's just helped a lot, and I'm very grateful. It is the finished makeup look, and I feel like I'm actually looking a little bit orange, so I'm glad I'm not leaving the house today. I feel like that powder foundation is absolutely amazing, but I feel like I've just got it in the wrong shade. Because look, my neck is just so much more pale than my face. Maybe I've just got to put it down here as well. Fuck knows. But if my face was the same colour as my neck, I would really like this right now. Like, I'm feeling really pretty. Not that I've got any reason to, but happy Valentine's Day, guys.